Now let's give the floor to Sofia so that she can tell us our point of view from the industry point of view. I'm here replacing Juan Gascon, who could not come, he's the director of R&D and I from Ametic. So I come with my on Ametic shoes. Ametic is a for those of you who do not know, it is a multi-sectoral association of companies on electronics, telecommunication technologies and digital content, and it is the result of the merger between two councils, and the aim is to support and promote the development of information technology companies and telecommunication and electronics in Spain through the dissemination of information through its partners. And Ametic represents over 5,000 people that give a direct job to over 400,000 people, and whose turnover represents 7% of the GDP. And now I feel much more important. So with these important shoes that I've decided to put on, I can say that for the CIT sector, like for any other sector, standards are necessary, absolutely necessary. And they are absolutely necessary because not only do they remove problems from the provider, but also because they provide the manufacturer with more potential clients, and also it allows to acquire scale economies, and it allows us to differentiate in services, etc. And I think there are three things I would like to mention about Pasos. The setup. I think the setup was really good, because even though standards are needed for the industry, especially for the small and medium industry, it's not about just putting standards on the table at any specific time, because there are many opposing interests. So when the standard is motivated by the demand and has managed to bring together the manufacturers and all the stakeholders, then the standards will be a lot better. And this is something that I love, and I would like to congratulate you all for this initiative. Also, the services supplier here had a very good team to set this up. The second issue that I would like to mention is the opportunity. Opportunity in two ways. Opportunity because it's timely. You've probably heard that we're in a crisis, that Europe is very worried, that Germany is very worried, and as well as being worried, it's in a process of aging of the population, and Europe has decided to set up the 2020 strategy in order to come out of this. And its 2020 strategy is based on 7 points, some of which are Union for Innovation, Digital Agenda, etc. And there is an aspect when talking about aging that always appears, which is interoperability, interoperability, interoperability. We've had lots of innovation, lots of technologies that are wonderful. We know they're going to solve many problems, but one of the main obstacles in the market that is also quite difficult to overcome is the lack of standards and of interoperability. And this opportunity, with regards to its timely nature, is very important to highlight right now. And also the high opportunity is also an occasion for the industry, for the sector. And when we look at the whole context of aging, has somehow shown that we have to change the model. We cannot separate private and public. We have to create more mixed models, and we have to complement the needs of people and see what we can contribute from one side and from the other. And I'm convinced that Pasos is an important ingredient in order to generate those platforms of public-private services integration that will really meet the needs of people, and that will give a greater market openness, not just about having different terminals or different devices, but also about opening a door for the integration of those services, which is very important. The last thing that I wanted to highlight regarding Pasos is that you're already working on this, but we still have to generate critical mass regarding the supply, the demand, and in order to make sure that this protocol becomes international, because it's the only way in which we'll be strong in the future. And from Ametic, we have to continue working on this